there is a Wolverine that would absolutely destroy the Avengers. And I mean demolish. Like, there's no chance. The Wolverine I'm talking about isn't gonna be in the normal Wolverine. It's not gonna be some form where it's like in the comics, like Logan. Logan would have a chance, but no, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about a Logan variation mixed with the Hulk called Weapon H. Weapon H not only has the strength, the durability, the rage of the Hulk, he also has the claws, the build, the healing factor of Wolverine. And you could say, okay, that's cool, but how would all of that be able to beat the Avengers? The Avengers is the world's mightiest heroes, right? And I agree. And I think he'll struggle with a lot of them, but I think with time, he'll be able to put down every single one. That's what I believe. So let's go through how he'd beat them one at a time. First off, he'd beat Tony Stark, even though Tony Stark is, well, Tony Stark, he's a billionaire playboy, like he's really smart and he has all his tools and everything. I don't think he'd be able to come close. He has his missiles, he has all these things, and he'd pack a punch for sure. But Weapon H would just go through him, and I think with time, Iron Man, because he's a human, would phase out and he would not be able to get through it. Plus, with the raw strength that Weapon H has, would just tear him apart. It's clear. I love Tony Stark. I'm a huge fan of the Iron Man movies, but it's not close. Next, with Captain America. Captain America is everyone's favorite American boy. You know what I mean? Like, he's Steve Rogers. He has the heart and the soul of, like, the Avengers. Everyone likes him. But his super soldier serum isn't going to be close. Yes, it's great, but it's not enough for the freaking Weapon H. Again, it's freaking Wolverine and the Hulk to... just imagine your ex, okay? Or Zaffy's mom trying to beat you up. You feel me? That would make any person run. But even with like, S.H.I.E.L.D. and Captain America's, like, super soldier serum, Weapon H would eventually just smash him or knock him out. And once he gets knocked out, there's no coming down. Once he's down, he's down. How Weapon H would destroy Thor. That one's a different one. Because Thor's a god. And Thor has... I mean, it depends also which Thor. Are we talking about post-Endgame Thor, or are we talking about Endgame Thor? Because Endgame Thor was a god, right? With, like, the freaking lightning bolts. Let's say we'll use that lightning bolt. We'll use that. I definitely think he will hurt Weapon H. He will destroy... Like, he'll whoop his ass, for sure, in a lot of ways. I really do think that the problem is Weapon H heals. He heals. So, he would hurt him. He'd keep hurting him, punching him up. But then after a little bit, he gets tired. And while he's getting hurt, he'll just heal. And then at some point, because Thor is a human, or not human, he's a god, but he's a dumb, he acts like a human at times. And he acts really stupid. Especially since he has the claws, he'll, like, try to rip them to shreds. And I don't know if he'll, like, kill Thor, but he'll definitely, like, knock him out for a while, to say the least. Plus, Weapon H will just outlast him. I think that's all he needs to do, right? Next, the Hulk. The Hulk would at first do well, and I think would actually be able to pack a punch. And I think he would be able to do alright. I think, especially since it's the mirror. They're just fighting each other. They're essentially fighting the mirror of each other. And so, yeah. Weapon H would be able to figure it out, though, because Hulk is very rash, whereas Weapon H, he acts with intelligence. And also, Weapon H would potentially be able to just, after he knocks out the Hulk, he'd just use his claws and, like, maybe rip him to shreds, like, or just knock him out permanently, or injure him, like, a lot. So when he tries to get back up, he won't be able to heal very well. So that's the problem with Banner. So unless Weapon H decides not to incapacitate him, I think that's the only time the Hulk will have a chance. So, yeah. Next, Black Widow. Black Widow has no chance. She would do 1 or 2 punches, maybe dodge a few, but, oh, no, she'll get knocked out. There's no doubt about it. It's, especially since if she gets hit once. Maybe if, like, she's from a distance, she'll have a chance, but, no. If she's close, no chance. Same thing with Hawkeye. Arrows wouldn't do much to him. It'd probably annoy him. He would definitely, like, it might pierce part of his skin, like, depending on how thick his skin is, but his healing and durability wouldn't even come close. Doctor Strange might be one of the few Avengers who might actually have a fighting chance. magic is a real threat, and depending on the spell he uses, he might be able to actually beat him. But there's other things he can do, like spells, dimensional tricks, portals, and so he could technically potentially try to banish him somewhere, maybe like in the Arctic or somewhere really far, so he wouldn't have. He would have to like get back, and that'd take him a long time. But that's the thing. He needs to be fast, or he needs to set it up beforehand, or set it up really quickly, because Weapon H isn't going to give him time, and Weapon H might just decide to like use his claws and or just do a one swipe before he even has a chance. So that's the thing. That's what I would do if I was Doctor Strange. Either do the Dormammu trick, or try to get him to a portal and try to get him really far away. And that's not guaranteed, but that's what he should try to do. But I think, me personally, I think Weapon H would be too fast, and I think he would, at the end of the day, would be the downfall of Doctor Strange. How would Weapon H destroy against all of the Avengers, though? Or, like, the main ones, I think he would try to pick them off one at a time. I think if they're working together, that's going to be definitely a pain in the ass. But I think if it's against Weapon H, it's going to be chaos. Their teamwork can try to slow him down, for sure. But because he's always healing, the Avengers would wear down, and he would just go by one until he just takes them out. Until he has a fighting chance. Ultimately, with the Avengers all fighting up, teaming up against him, I think they would have a fighting chance. I think with Thor and the Hulk, I think they would be and Doctor Strange, those three would mainly have the biggest chance to actually take him out. But I think he would try to pick off the smallest ones first, try to get them out of the way, try to like just get the flies out of the way, you know what I mean? He'd flick them away. I think with a team, because there's more of them, it would ultimately just slow him down, okay? But I think because he has the healing factor, which is his biggest thing, it might be a long fight. But I think in the end, he would take over, and he would ultimately beat all the Avengers. I think he would go through them all, and I think he would try to focus on one at a time. And because the Avengers, a lot of them are still humans, a lot of them still have their limitations, because Weapon H, or, well, Wolverine, has, well, healing factor, it's going to be very hard to actually, like, for the Avengers to win. But that's not to say that the Avengers can't do anything. If the Avengers were to have a head start or a prep time, then that would give him a way bigger chance. So, like, maybe he creates some, like, energy blast that, like, destabilizes his cells. Makes it so it can't heal, right? Doctor Strange would maybe prepare some spells, or to trap him, or to hold him in place, or maybe even try so he could try to get close. Thor would probably be the most powerful one, and I think he would be able to make a weapon that is designed to kill gods. And if he did that, then there's no chance that Weapon H has a chance, right? So there's no chance. If Thor tries to make a weapon that kills gods, Weapon H has zero chance. Zero chance. There's no chance. And then I think Banner would try to think of ways to target his biology, like try to like kill something that he is, right? If he could try to figure out a way to like bring up a weakness to kill himself, maybe that weakness can kill Weapon H, especially since they're built from the same material. How would I take down Weapon H? Obviously, I can't punch him. Like, look at me, I'm not strong. Obviously, I can't outfight him. But hacking, that's my expertise. Instead of fighting him head on, I'd hack the system and try to control him that way. Break into the Weapon H, like, servers and try to find the kill switch. Or I could use him to try to kill the people who created him. Or maybe I'd just make him chase ghosts, or maybe I'd just try to make him jump off a cliff, or maybe even use him for my entertainment. I think that's the difference between brute force and brains. Again, I'm smarter than most people. I'm way smarter than Zafi. But me, I would rewrite his code. I'd rewrite his code. I would use Weapon H for my advantage, and I'd be able to take over not only Zafi, but I'd also be able to take over the government and the higher elites from Hollywood as well. Like I said, Weapon H versus the Avengers isn't even close. Weapon H would demolish them all. He would destroy them all. It's not even a fight. It's not even fair. I think Weapon H might even have the manpower to beat Sentry. If you want me to make that video, join down below. Please, that's my Discord server. We're trying to build this up, this army, this freaking lair. We're trying to build this up and destroy the higher elites from Hollywood and the government. So please join down below. Anyways, goodbye.